What's up, you guys? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on a very casual Dress to Kill, we're going to be taking a look at my customizations for Chroma Prime. Now, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I usually don't do full-on customizations for primed Warframes, and that's mainly because of the fact that I like my primes to kind of look like they're primed, so it tends to be just a lot of tweaking of the color palette just a little bit and adding some rose gold, and that is a bit boring, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, oh, how did I make it look slightly different from the way it was a little bit ago? However, after yesterday's video and seeing like the Umbral mods in action, I really got like some spirit juice in me, and I was like, oh, let's make some customizations. Let's give Chroma a little bit of Chroma. So I got excited and I came up with some looks that I'm feeling very good about. Now, before we jump in, like I said, this is a casual, chatty video, so, you know, we might go in a couple different directions. I did want to address the whole thing that's been going on with a bunch of people in the community. Basically, the whole content drought. There's a group of people that are very, very angry about the whole content drought. Then there's another group of people that are very, very angry at the fact that other people are angry at the content drought and are voicing their opinions. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I am exhausted with the whole thing. I like log into Warframe and I'm like, eh. And if I'm just going to be real as a Warframe veteran, there's the trigger word. Have you left yet? No, you're still here? Okay, cool. I've been through so many content droughts. In fact, I don't think that there has been targeted veteran content since Kuva. Like, they tried it a little bit with ESO and they failed in their reward system completely. So, like, I've dealt with not having content for a good long time. I even had a Warframe retirement video, if y'all don't remember that. It's been a while, legitimately. And a part of me is like, oh, you know, you could drop some videos on how to help newer players through content droughts and, you know, get them inspired and jazzed up. But honestly, Warframe doesn't care about its veterans and they don't treat them very well. So part of me is like, well, if you don't treat your veterans very well, then you're not going to have veterans to teach the new kids. So I'm just going to be like, listen, figure it out yourself. I'm going to do some fashion, I'm going to play other games, and I'm going to enjoy my life and live it to its best. So let's go ahead and take a look at this very first customization. Now this one is kind of what started getting me a little juiced. I was like, oh, okay. I'm liking this burgundy red with this fire chroma, because usually I run ice chroma. But, you know, with the current builds that we have, I found that Fire actually was really, really good for its EHP and synergized well with Hunter's Adrenaline and was just great overall with Arcane Grace. So I was like, okay, let's make a Fire Chroma. And this is kind of its base. And I fell in love straight out the gates with using the Atavisc on him. Now, the thing is, I wasn't a big fan of using the Atavisc on the chest. I was just like, it's just, I don't know, it's just a little too much. It doesn't look terrible, but it's not my jam. So I kind of went with this like chocolate and rose gold. I actually used two different tones of rose gold, as you can see. Hold on. And what we're going to do, you're going to see me do this occasionally. To go ahead and show you guys the colors. I even have the colors starred out so that you guys can see it a little bit better. Oh, you like that? See, I was casual. I was like, I don't want to make all the graphics and do the Captura stuff, but I wanted to go ahead and make it a little bit easier so you could see some of these things like that in the Corpus palette, right? So, you know, this is kind of like the classic Rob look. This is usually where we go with it. And if you notice, I used the specific, you know, our C3R3, the typical rose gold. I actually used that on the tertiary tone, and I made the accent tone pop a little bit more by making it a lighter variation. So we have some dimension when it comes to the metallics, and I'm like, ooh, baby. And then I went ahead and used this really, really cool burgundy tone because I don't know, I haven't used that kind of burgundy tone in such a long time that it is a little bit nuts. So I was feeling this. I was feeling this a lot, and I decided to go ahead and pull out some of the old Syandanas. The Nasaru works really, really well for him. Any of the Syandanas that kind of like split off in the back, feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it more than some of the content that's currently out in Warframe. Oh, don't mean to put out the jabs, but you know, I gotta keep I gotta keep myself entertained somehow because the content's not doing it for me. Ooh, let's move on to the next look. And don't worry, we're gonna do the whole like body switching and helmet switching stuff in the end. Now this one we are using another different armor. This one's our electric dragon, so you know it's Edo Prime time, right? I could not do an Edo Prime. I have a weird obsession with like the deep purple kind of like oil slick look. I've always kind of loved it. So as you can see here, that's kind of like the color palette that we are currently working with. And originally this was going to be my silvery one. Because I don't know, I just don't use silver enough. I'm just not the biggest fan when it comes to silver. But I ended up changing it up to this kind of like brownie gold. I was like, all right, you can do a little brownie gold on there. And I went ahead and used the one-sided syandana. That is the best syandana that they have done in a while. And I quite enjoy it. I'm actually really loving this brown in the corpus palette too as a metallic. It's really friggin' pretty. But of course, we again went and lit up the actual metallic. Because again, we're using like a darker metallic on the tertiary and then using a lighter metallic on the actual accent color to kind of make it pop a little bit more. Then we've got a really good electric tone here because it's kind of the thing that I needed was to have a little tint of green in there. So it's like teal, but it's leaning slightly into the greenish side. That's definitely what I wanted for it. So as you can see right here, the armor that we are using is the Edo Prime. I did opt to use the chest piece this time because I didn't feel that it was as obtrusive as some of the other ones. Plus, it kind of carries over that like key thing on the shoulders onto the chest, right? Looks real good. Then that fucking syandana I goddamn love. The Impetuous Prime Syandana, yeah, you did a good job. Really good attachment site for it. I'm feeling it, and I'm loving Sassy Core. Is this Sassy Core stance? It is Sassy Core stance. Sassy Core stance on Chroma. I was actually using the Umbra stance on Chroma for a little bit, but I figured like this was it. So we went from, you know, classic Rob into more of like the darker version. So I'm wondering, do you know where we're going next? Oh yes, we are taking a turn into lighter Chroma. And you know where this was inspired from? This was actually inspired from my my unicorn Vauban set. I was really into it, and I wanted to do an ice Chroma because I love me some ice Chroma. You know, I'm a loyal bitch. I'm down for Chroma, right? Or I'm down for like all my ice Chromas out there. Good CC because it slows the enemies down and slows down their fire rates too. So I mean, come on, can't give any hate towards that. And we are using the what is it called? We are using the, oh my god, starts the V, Vitala. It's the set that came with Revenant, the Eidolon set. And I'm kind of loving it because it's kind of like liquidy, and it's almost kind of like icy, pulling in, you know, it's like liquid, and then he's converting it into ice. Am I crazy? I might. I also wanted to make it kind of look like semen, so, I mean, that's where that comes from. Let's go ahead and take a look at the colors real quick. So with this Chroma, you know, I always wanted to do a lighter version. The only thing that was really tough was finding a good off-white for it. And I went through so many off-whites. Let me show you another off-white that I kind of liked for it. This one was the hardest because an all-white Chroma with this texture, it just looks kind of weird. But the other one that I really liked, I believe, was Eximus, and it was like 2 slot in to give it just a little hint of warmth. But I felt like the warmth was a little too yellow for my liking. So if you guys are gonna do like a look with off-white, that's a good one if you're gonna deal with yellows. I know that a lot of people don't have the Gamma palette, so I am going to point this out here. Just go ahead and use the normal classic palette if you want to find dupes. It's not going to be exact, but you know, it is what it is. And again, we went with a darker metallic color, and we mixed up our metallics this time. So if you look at it, it's that kind of like deep, dusty, purpley rose kind of color that we've got going on over there. And then I really wanted to pair it with a typical Rob color, dusty blue metallic. So both of them together I thought were good, and they accentuated each other really, really well. I usually don't like to do metallics that aren't actual metals that occur in real life, but I said, fuck it. This is what I wanted for the look. And then I got you that metallic, right? And then this energy, you're gonna notice it's right here at the very, very end of classic. I didn't get to put a star in there because it was all filled up already. Now, when it comes to his accessories, I showed you that, and of course, we have the Officium Syandana. I just felt like it fit really, really well on this. I liked the way it looked like from the back. That was my whole deal when I decided when I designed the Officium, is I wanted to be able to see some of that energy effect from the back. So I paired it up with the Corpus Sigil. I forget what it's called, but it's definitely one of my favorites. So let's go ahead, let's pop back into the first one. We'll talk about armors. So with Chroma Prime, with the Prime thing that we have the Imugi armor set, and I actually really, really like it. However, I feel like the shoulders look very odd on a good chunk of frames out there, which makes me kind of sad, but I mean, you don't have to use the entire armor set, right? Like, the knees look fantastic. The knees are just like my favorite, except for the fact that there are some weird placements, as you can see right there. So we're just gonna ignore that, like DE ignores their veterans. That's not a fucking roll. Is it just me, or does it feel like the chest and the knees match, but the shoulders just like don't match at all? Am I crazy? Am I nuts for that? But I think that set does look really, really good on Chroma. I just felt like mixing it up, and you guys know what that set already looks like. You can already play around with that. Personally, I really, really like the shape that the Atavis gives Chroma, and it's big enough. Oh, one of the things that I want to point out, and this is a really, really interesting thing, because I usually love the Syrinx on everything, and I was like, Syrinx, you're kind of disappointing me. The Syrinx looks a little small. It doesn't feel quite right on Chroma. I didn't like the Sprit Sail either. The Targus looked a little bit odd. I think you can get away with the Targus, but it looks a little bit odd. I was not super duper feeling it. You could definitely work out yourself a little Prisma Neighborus. That one's really, really good. But at the end of the day, the three that I showed you, which was what is it called? The Vitala one, I think looks absolutely fantastic. Ito looks amazing on everything. It's like, it's hard to like not love the Ito on most stuff. And the Atavis, which is what we've got on him right now. So those are my big thumbs up for Chroma when it comes to armor. Let's go ahead and look at Syandanas, because there are some really good Syandanas that fit on him as well. So let's see. Let's start from the top. Let's start from the top and see the Aksura Syandana. I think that would be a great look, maybe even on an electric Chroma, kind of like, you know, with all the little laser pulses that kind of come down. It can make it look a little futuristic. I think that one would be really, really good. I'll be honest with you, some of the back attachments just don't look right, and that's what I fear with certain things, because his back is a little bit pointy. But one that I do love is the Bennu Syandana, and I was actually planning on using that instead of the one that I've currently got on it right now. But because of the fact that it's got these little fire thingies in the back, I'm like, it's gorgeous. I think it looks fantastic, and it kind of fits the theme really well. Another one that I must point out that I think looks really great on this. It's weird though. I don't know if I would actually use it, but it fits well. The Bijou Syandana. I mean, the colors aren't right now, but the way the little tassels fall on each side of his tail, I think it's really, really good, and it's definitely something that you could make work. Plus, it has that cool demon face on it. So I'm all about that one. Hold on, I didn't test this one, but we'll see. I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it, and then some. No. Okay. Now, usually I love the Corona Syandana, and straight back, it looks really, really cool. but there are some issues. Like, it looks like it's like really attached at a weird point that I don't really like how it's attached. But I think straight on from the back it looks fine. I like the Daru syandana on this as well because it doesn't deal with that whole weird back attachment thing. I was actually considering using that because it mimics the kind of panels in the Atavist, which I really like. But I'm happy with my choice. I like the Nasaru syandana. It's not shown as much as I think it should be shown. The other one that I really did like on him was the, where are you? We've already shown Ephysium. We've already shown the Rhoda. Rhoda, I think, fits really well. So look at how classy that is. That's another one that I was actually tempted to go ahead and put on this too. But I like there's a like weird resting on his tail and stuff like that. So I wanted to go ahead and show that off. And then Rapala is Rapala. Like, what are you gonna do? Rapala is just always going to be kind of like iconic, but again, it's like pumpkin spice latte. It's like the basic bitch of all of the Syandanas. I like to try to mix it up a little bit. So that's where we're currently standing on the armor and Syandana situation. So let's get back over here to this Chroma Prime, give him a little bit of airtime, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the different helmets. And then we'll look at the different body types. All right. I wonder if this is gonna be bad to show off on it. You know, let's give it a shot. Who cares? So this is the Amaru helmet, which it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't have any metallics to kind of go along with it. I've hated the Amaru helmet for such a long time. I think it just looks so dumb. Like it's gross looking, but I think they meant it to be gross looking. Then we have the Chroma Drac helmet, which, I'm gonna be real with you, does not look terrible. It does not look as terrible as I thought it was gonna look. It looks a little wonky because they're like with the original Chroma helmet, you know, he usually has those like panels on the coming up the sides, and that's what makes the Drac helmet look better. But they don't have it here. They just have his face great, which meh. Chroma Dynasty helmet. I think it could work. I think that could work. Is it my favorite? No, it's not my favorite, but I mean, it's doing something. It's doing something. Chroma Grax, not my favorite. Again, I especially because of the fact that the base Chroma has like two different metallic color maps to it. So even though the Chroma Grax does have a metallic attached to it, it doesn't have two, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. Oh, let's look at the normal Chroma helmet. Oh, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I've definitely seen worse, but I hate this front part. It just looks weird. Anyway, Terrask helmet. Oh my god, this one was one of my favorites, and this is still bomb. What? You're still bomb, baby. I like that. I do not hate that at all. Terrask helmet, you could rock with that. You could rock with that. And then we have the Thyrus helmet, which didn't have any metallics on it, so it is starting at a little bit of a handicap. A little handicap. So let's go ahead and toss the Chroma Prime helmet back on, which by far is my favorite. Then let's take a look at all of the different skins that we have to see how it all fits. We have the Drevny skin. Ooh, I don't like it. Hold on, let's toggle Prime details. Well, that just makes the whole thing disappear. It's just not okay. Well, all right. Hold on. Oh, you know what? We'll take a look at it all without the details on, and then we'll turn the details on. Chroma Dynasty skin is basically the same. Grax skin is, you know, it's a Grax skin. It's fine. It's fine. I don't think it fits with the helmet, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it fits with the helmet. Chroma skin, not good because there's no base metallics. Well, there's a little bit of, like, metallic on it, but I don't think it looks well. Thyrus skin actually looks strangely not as bad as I thought it was going to look. He looks tubby. Is it me? He looks like he gained a few pounds. And we have the Wojnik skin, which is obviously a masterwork in texturing. However, I don't think really fits. So let's go ahead and do the Drevny skin real quick, and then we'll toggle Prime details on it, which basically I feel like makes everything go away except for like that little bit. Let's see if the effigy looks a little different. Not really so much. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the appearances with the Chroma thing on. Dynasty, I don't really feel like that does anything, really. Am I crazy? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I am crazy. The Wojnik, oh! I mean, it looks the same. Chroma Grax, just a little bit different. And then Chroma Base, I don't know what that does. I really don't know if this is doing anything. Let me know in the comments below if I'm absolutely crazy, because I feel like it's kind of doing something maybe sometimes. I don't know, but at least you guys got to see it here. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and just toss on the normal Chroma Prime skin, and we're gonna leave it at that because this is definitely my favorite of the bunch. I just like to leave it simple. I'm boring. What are you gonna do? So that about does it for this video. Hopefully you guys got some information out of it that you enjoyed. You got some inspo for yourself when it comes to Chroma. If you guys have anything else that you want me to cover down in the comments below, go ahead and let me know. Also, let me know if you want me to do like a full-on T-spill video where we talk about all of the things that happened, because mainly, you know, with this whole community bullshittery, because if I'm gonna be frank with you, like, a lot of people seem to have it in their heads that I'm just going after the login system, when really the login system is the straw that broke the veteran camel's back. If that's something that you really want to see and enough people, you know, say that they want that from me, I could go ahead and cover it in a video. But it's late, I'm exhausted, and that about does it for me for now. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch yo body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!